Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be showcasing what is probably the strongest SKYCLOPS team. Splash, our guildmate, managed to get 41 billion damage with this team, and that is 3 billion higher than what we managed to do. But we used the standard team of... Actually, I don't even know if this is considered the standard team, but I will show you the formation I used, which was Kruger with the Corin and Merrily, plus Rainier at Mythic Plus and Smokey. So that's a really good option, and we'll talk about other options at the end of this video. But let's take a look at the team composition. So I set it up on my formation so we can talk about it before we watch the actual replay. So, Smokey in the frontline position is always ideal because then he can buff up as much of the battlefield as possible, giving more people attack and haste buff and healing them all up. The Friesto himself will be Crimson contracted with Talene so that she has bonus energy recovery to begin casting her ultimate faster, because the faster she gets to maximum energy, the faster she can cast her ultimate, and then hopefully the idea is with this team, her ultimate just continues to fire throughout the entire fight to get off maximum damage. The Friesto illusion is going to be Crimson contracted with Merrily to reduce her damage taken, because at times Merrily can get one shot by the boss's ray beam attack, and so you would want her to be a bit protected. And Rainier Mythic Plus is going to be giving the attack buff to Merrily and reducing or increasing the damage the boss receives by 25%, and that is why he's a key hero here. And that is pretty much it. Merrily is the best true damage dealer if you're going to use a single damage dealer for most of these endless Dream Realm bosses. Smokey at Mythic Plus will also contribute a good amount of damage onto the boss, and of course the two Friestos will contribute good damage because they have damage in their kit. Some of their damage scales on the max HP of the boss up to a certain cap of Friesto's attack, and it's two heroes for the price of one you're getting in the fight, so that is also why they are a pretty good source of damage. Evocation Spell as the artifact is going to be the one you choose here because survivability is going to be needed. There are times, and probably this run will take multiple attempts to get good RNG, because Talene can get killed in this and then it becomes less effective because she has to take time to revive, recharge her energy to begin casting her ultimate again, because the use of Talene in these Dream Realm bosses is almost entirely for her ultimate casting and getting off as much damage with that as possible, but also I guess her Power of Renewal, which she grants to one of your heroes, which should hopefully contribute more damage onto the boss as well. And that is it. Evocation Spell also increases your damage by quite a lot, and so it usually is just the best option for Dream Realm. So taking a look at Splash's record here, the damage contribution, Talene dealing almost 12 billion damage is insane. Merrily with over 14 billion damage. Friesto dealing even more damage than Smokey at Mythic Plus with his 7.3 billion damage. And Rainier, of course, not really contributing to damage, but in a hidden way he is by increasing the damage the boss receives by 25%. So let's watch the replay in 1x speed. So position swap Merrily into the front line with the attack buff, begin attacking the boss, and both Friestos go up to the front. Talene will have the massive energy regeneration from the Friesto's mate himself, Crimson Contract, and she begins to ultimate at only 10 seconds into the battle pretty much. Now you're going to see her HP bar, it continues to deplete. The unfortunate thing is, from the replay, I'm not entirely sure, it looks like her ultimate is only targeting in front of her, like the boss, and the minions don't seem to be hit by her ultimate. I'm not sure how we can actually know for sure if this is the case or not, but it seems that way to me. But either way, she still contributes a lot of damage, but if she was also able to hit all of the minions with her ultimate, it would be insane. Like, imagine how quickly you could clear them. So right there with the attack of the boss at around 55 seconds left, Talene almost went down, but she barely managed to survive. Because unlike in the Lone Gaze boss, where we had another Talene team, who was pretty much completely topped off by the Coco shields and damage reduction and Smokey heals, here we only have Smokey to keep Talene alive, and Talene is consuming a high percentage of her health every second to keep casting her ultimate because she's out of energy. So Merrily's just getting off damage in the back. The haste of the boss is also reduced by the paralyzing venom of the two Friestos. Yeah, because when the minions spawn here, it seems like her damaging skill is targeting in front, or basically not on the minions, but continues to be targeting the boss. Because once her ultimate is cast, it remains in that position until she dies, basically. So both Fresters go for their ultimate, getting off a good amount of damage. And also in the lineup, the Fresters were not in the same line because they didn't need the bonus shield, or because really they're not going to die here, and that is not the issue. It was just better to be giving the useful buffs to your other team. And that is going to be it for the run. 41 billion damage, which is pretty insane. And overall, a strong team, strong showcase of Talene, but unfortunately, it looks like her Talene's ultimate is not targeting the minions, and if it were also hitting the minions, or like in a range around her, not just ahead of her, then she would be one of the, she would be game-changing for SKYCLOPS. As it is right now, it is nice, the extra damage she provides, but honestly, compared to the other teams, a 3 billion damage increase is good, but it's not make or break, especially when you're running two Celestial Hypergene heroes, Friesto and Talene, which both need to be built up to a high exclusive equipment level and also high ascension, at least Mythic Plus, in order to pull off a team like this. So now let's go to the other teams which I recommend. So my team, which I think is the best for you guys to try and run, is going to be this one with the evocation spell, Merrily, Corrin, and formation is this. Yeah, Merrily in the back, getting the attack buff and position swap from Rainier, Smokey up in the front, and Kruger. I found that Kruger just does a lot better in this boss than many other options. I've tried Scarlita. Some people think Scarlita is the best for killing the minions faster, but with Kruger, your damage onto the boss is just higher because of his debuffs, which increase the physical damage the boss will receive. So all in all, this team is more effective for me. So I really recommend this team. But if you don't have these options, maybe then we can talk about some different replacements you can run. So let's take a look. But you definitely want to be running Smokey always. And Merrily, if you have Merrily at Mythic Plus, you definitely want to be running her. And Rainier, if you have Rainier at Mythic Plus, you would want to run him. Coco is not a bad option. Like, for example, you could definitely try to run a team like this. This would be very effective. And especially in the earlier floors, if you're having difficulty surviving, throw Coco in there, throw Lucius in there. The shielding will help you survive, and they also provide some sort of damage increase to your team. They line up with the factional synergies very well because you're going to be running Lightbearer and Maulers pretty much exclusively in most stream runs. But apart from that, Odie can be fine here, but Odie is not as good, so people have replaced Odie in the SKYCLOPS boss. Mainly because he doesn't kill the minions that well. And when the minions are spawned, the poison damage which is stacked on the boss stops ticking until the minions are cleared. So Odie is a little bit less effective here, but of course if he's your highest ascended hero, you can run him. So let's say you don't have Rainier. I think your best team would still be Corrin and Merrily. And probably Kruger Coco, something like that, just for safety, protection, and also the defense debuff from Kruger. This would be a very effective team as well. If you don't have maybe Merrily and you have really low ascension on all of your heroes, still Smokey will be a good option. Thorin can be good, he increases the damage the boss receives by 17%. Then you can run something, for example, like Odie, maybe even Cisia when you're low ascension. And then finally you just want to finish the synergy, so it could be Coco, it could be Kruger, it could be Shakir. Anything like that would be pretty decent. And usually Evocation spell is what you're going to want to run. Quick Blade spell can, in some cases, very rarely is better. So Evocation spell is always a safe bet, and in a lot of cases it actually is the optimal choice. But I'm just thinking, if you don't have Corrin or Merrily at Mythic Plus, then you shouldn't be running them here. You would have to choose some other source of damage that does well without being highly ascended. And Cisia does pretty well, Odie also does pretty well, even without Mythic Plus. So that is basically it for the different team lineups you can do. And I think that's pretty much it for this video. So let me know what you guys thought of this team. Overall, so far, I think Talene is a game changer for the Lone Gaze boss. And I really thought she was going to be a game changer for SKYCLOPS, but it seems like her ultimate is not clearing the minions. And the reason I thought it was going to be so effective is if her ultimate just bursts the minions as soon as they spawned. Imagine how much extra damage you could get on the SKYCLOPS boss. But in any Dream Realm boss where Talene is able to permanently cast her ultimate, she is going to see some value, because you saw her damage output, almost 12 billion damage, and that's insane. It's very difficult to match that from other heroes. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. That is going to be it for this one. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, because we upload daily AFK journey videos on the channel, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now, and thank you for watching.